Chef Moses, you can turn your screen off. Hello, sorry, my other producer is not here today, so I'm kind of doing everything by myself. Hello, welcome to Take Time Thursday. My name is Janelle Cooper, and I am the Community Services Rep and, excuse me, my phone is making weird noises. I am the Community Services Rep and an educator at the Smithsonian's Anacostia Community Museum. Welcome to Take Time Thursdays, another edition. This is the second to last Take Time Thursday, so I hope that you will join us for the last one as well. Today is Thankful Thursday with Chef Moses Jackson, and throughout the program, I'll be asking you to post in the chat, what are you thankful for? With everything that's going on, we still have a lot of things to be thankful for. So what are you most thankful for? And you can begin to post those in the chat. I had to call on my good friend, Chef Moses Jackson, once again before the program comes to an end. And he's going to share some Thanksgiving recipes with us that will knock your socks off and impress your friends and family at the dinner table. But health is everything right now. And so we have to look for healthier ways to prepare some of the dishes that we know and love so much. Chef Moses Jackson has been delighting culinary palates across the country for more than 20 years. He's a native of New Orleans. His passion for creating scintillating fare has garnered recognition at restaurants across the country. He is a craftsman of Cajun and Creole cooking, having mastered the art and distinction between both styles. The result, many signature dishes. He is famous for saying there is no shortcut for cooking good food for the soul. Classically trained at the Culinary Institute of New Orleans, Chef Moses has had the privilege of working under the tutelage of well-known chefs such as Emeril Laggasse at Nola and Paul Prudhomme at K. Paul's Louisiana Kitchen. Chef Moses has a bachelor's degree in sociology from Southern University. Take Time Thursdays with the Anacostia Museum has been an absolute pleasure and joy to host over the years. We wanted to present a program that will give participants a chance to take time for their own wellness and health. And we also wanted to give you some educational nuggets and hope that you would learn something new. Again, be posting what you are thankful for in the chat. Right now, I will introduce to you without further delay, my good friend, Chef Moses Jackson. Welcome, Chef Moses.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Everybody can hear me?
We can hear you just fine. I'm gonna go off camera.
Okay.
And you can take it away.
Thank you. First of all, guys, we want to first give our thanks to our God and my family and friends and people who's watching this. And first and next, we want to say happy holidays, and hopefully we can give you a little bit of soulful things that can help you enhance your holiday parties and meals. And if you have any other further questions, you could go to www.chefmosesjackson.com. But guys,
And you have to speak just a little bit louder because it's kind of hard to hear you.
First thing, guys, I want to start you off with, I want to thank my God, my brothers and sisters and friends and colleagues, even Miss Janelle and the Smithsonian. We always want to give those people thanks that's on our side and that's helping to guide us in the direction that we need to go in. But anyway, with no further ado, we have our world famous sweet potato and eggplant gravy. We have a cauliflower dressing that's vegan. We took the meat out of it. I know I gave her a recipe with, I had a little turkey, little ground turkey in it, but I took that out. Everything today is vegan. We got everything that's coming out of the mud. So we want to thank you guys for that. It's farm to table. We have a lot of this stuff in front of you that's here, you know, the cauliflower and so on and so forth. But the first thing I want to start off with is, you know, we've already started our greens because of the TV time. And guys, you know, we put all our stuff in there. And here's the tofu and our collard greens. And if you could look at the broth in there, you could see all of the flavor in there. And where we get our flavor from is we caramelize our onions, our garlic, and our special Chef Moses seasoning we have here. You know, so we got a lot of things that we naturally do that ourselves. So I want to get started. You know, here's the collard greens and here's the tofu. What we did, we had to start it early, guys. Okay, and we just put it all in the pot at one time. The recipe is online, so we started at one time and we got it all together for you guys. And you know, the thing it is, we want to start with with our cauliflower, which we blanched already, and we got our panko breadcrumbs. Okay, and right here we caramelized our Trinity. Okay, guys, we let it cool down. We put our eggs in there, and now we're gonna put everything together, bind it, put it in the oven, and let it cook. But it'll be ready in 30 minutes, but normally it takes a little bit longer. That's why we try to cut the cooking time down to make sure that you guys see the final presentation. Okay, so we got our cauliflower, we got our breadcrumbs. We're just gonna mix it up here. You know, you're just gonna mix it up and get all that stuff out, get it in there, you know, mix it up real good, because what it's gonna break down, because I have already cooked it a little bit. And what this is gonna bind it. Okay, we're gonna bind it. We got it all mixed out. I think it was like what, a half cup of onions, a half a cup of bell pepper.
What's that you're putting on it right now?
Oh, this is just breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs. Okay, gotcha.
Just to give it that, you know, that aesthetics. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we put that in there, and we got our oven at 350, and I think normally it would take about 45 minutes. Okay. All right. We got it in there. That's going. Okay. Now everybody, come back to me now. Come back. Now you got the cauliflower working, right? Now here's the real deal right here. What we did right here, if you could see the color, we caramelize all of this stuff, you see? And this is what we do. We caramelize it because what caramelization brings is flavor and texture. And you're bringing out all of the nuttiness of the vegetables, the sugar. It's just a real complex thing. And that's one of our tricks and one of our things that we use in Cajun cooking. Okay, we're gonna put our sweet potatoes in there. Okay, we already cut them up. These sweet potatoes is roasted. Okay, sweet potatoes are roasted. We're gonna put that in there. Okay, we're gonna start out our eggplant. Okay, okay. We'll start with the eggplant, and we're gonna leave the skin on there because the skin gives you some texture. And what it helps does too, it gives you that meaty thing. You know, you got to remember, guys, this is vegan. Okay, that's a whole eggplant, and what it's gonna do, we're gonna put it down. Okay, and we're gonna mix it in there. We're gonna let all that cook. Okay. All right. And what we do, we've been making this gravy a long time. You know, what we're gonna do, when you see the final product, you're gonna be amazed at how it's gonna cook down, and you're gonna see it's just a real good gravy. You know, for all. You can put it on anything you want, even on this tofu right here. You could put it in. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna let it cook down, and that's gonna take at least about a half an hour. We'll have it ready for you guys before you get on. So is there any questions, Miss Janelle? You have anything that you know, you want to talk about that's coming up?
The one thing I'm going to ask is what was already in there? Was that greens? Or that was
And
just the caramelized onions?
the caramelized onion, the Trinity, you got to remember, guys, and you know if you're doing Creole and Cajun cooking, Trinity is the basic foundation that we use. Is your onions, is your bell pepper, and is your celery. And then
Gotcha.
we use a little garlic too. And we got our thyme, we got a grind thyme in there. And we got a little sage in there also. Okay, I just snuck that in there because you want
Okay.
that
And
flavor
then,
to the sage. Sage goes along with the holidays. And I think it's something that's uniquely, helps you to get that flavor of 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 the holidays. Sage was something that I really like, and I think it goes well with poultry anyway. And it's just a fall good herb, and it's strong. It has a certain it's just good. I like it. I like sage. It does a lot. So what we're doing, we're gonna let this here cook for approximately it's gonna cook at least 20 minutes, and it's gonna break down, and it's gonna look just like a gravy, and it's gonna look like it's got giblets in it. With the skin is gonna make it look like a giblet gravy. So that's why I leave the skin on there. And I think that's something that it depends on the individual. You could take the skin off, or you could leave it on, but I prefer to leave it on. Now I took the skin off of the sweet potatoes. Yeah, that's a little bit too much there. But anyway, I just want to show you guys the final product of our collard greens with the tofu. I've messed around with this recipe here for quite some time now, and it's just something that's really, really, really. It took me by surprise because how, I mean, it's just fascinating, how that soy works with the collard greens. It really does bring another flavor to the game, and it's real healthy. We put the onions in there and the garlic and all of that stuff. And it was just like, hey, look, check it out. Because my mouth is watering right now, and I gotta taste it because I gotta let you guys know that hey, it's the bomb.com. But anyway, we if you want to order this, remember guys, you gotta go to www.chefmosesjackson.com. So yes, this is the diet. Good stuff. And I mean, it has all of the flavors. Even it has a little about 2% of meat flavor in it. I mean, it's just that's the fat and the olive oil. It's just something that gives it a little flavor. Little fat adds flavor, so it's your palate is talking about. Yeah, that's good, chef. But anyway, we want to take any questions. Anybody have any questions, any suggestions? And we doing our holiday meals also. So this is where the rubber meets the road. And we had our fresh collard greens, local sweet potato, local eggplant, and tofu. That's not local, so but it's in the stores and it's good. And we had local cauliflower. So these are the ingredients that we use along with the seasoning for the soul.
if there's any questions from the audience, you can raise your hand and I will unmute you and you can ask Chef Moses directly.
Always, if somebody got to have some questions.
Maybe not yet.
And look, you see how the eggplant is breaking up, and you see how thick the gravy is getting.
Oh, yeah.
You see that this
Mhm.
is really, I really wanted to focus in on this because the sweet potato and eggplant gravy, I started this a long time ago, and I just played with it because I like eggplant, and I was like, what can I do? Eggplant absorb any flavor you give it. Any flavor you give it. So all we had was vegetable stock, the Trinity, and a little sage. And of course, you got to have garlic. You know, and towards the end, what I do is I always put this trick in here. I always put a little bay leaf in there because it's not a gravy without bay leaf. And bay leaf is one of those things that we use all the time in a lot of our cooking. It just brings such a different flavor, and you can even smell it when it hits the gravy, and it's so aromatic and so pungent. and it complements this gravy. This is a real hearty gravy. You can really just eat this on a piece of bread, even like I said, a piece of tofu, which I'm gonna present, and we're gonna present that too. That tofu. That's why I got one right here for us. And this is a real nice vegan thing. We're gonna let it cook down, and then we're gonna put it on top. You're gonna see some. You're gonna have some pieces of sweet potato and eggplant, and on top of the tofu is just a banging presentation, especially for those people that they're trying to change their diet. And one thing, guys, we have to change our diets. We have to change our lifestyle. We have to. It's a must that we start taking better care of ourselves, and it all starts with more vegetables. We have to remember that. I know it's the holiday season, fried turkeys and all. We do how we do it down in the bottom. We smoke them Cajun and for hours and hours on time. So what are you doing for the holidays, Miss Cooper?
I am cooking just dinner for two.
Dinner for two. Wow. You should have ordered dinner for two from Chef Moses.
No, I like to cook. That's the only time of the year I like to cook.
Oh, that's how we do that.
And during the holidays, that's it.
Okay. So what are you planning to cook?
I am making Cornish hens
Uh-huh.
and some greens, collard greens, a mixture of collards and kale.
Okay.
I'm doing one of my family recipes is spiced sauerkraut.
And we talked about that. Let's talk about that, Miss Cooper, if you don't mind. That spicy sauerkraut, you told me something about that, and if you could go through that conversation again. It was something about the family history, and you guys came from what part of the world?
Well, all over. The African part of my family came from Ghana, and the Native American part came from Shira and Cherokee Indian, and then the Caucasian part of my family came from Germany and from Ireland and Scotland.
Right.
All three
So that's
places.
where you got the sauerkraut from.
We got the sauerkraut from the Funderburg family, which is passed down, and basically use canned or bag sauerkraut. And you cook it in, you can cook it in over the stove. You put in fresh red pepper. And you can season it to taste if you like. Sometimes people will put a couple of cloves in there just for a different taste. But I choose not to do that. I like the spicy part of it, but just let it simmer. I also put a smoked turkey neck in the sauerkraut.
In the sauerkraut? Say that again. Oh, smoked turkey neck?
Turkey neck and the fresh red pepper, and put it in there and let it simmer for about a good maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It's really, really good. So I'm making that. I'm making sweet potatoes. I'm making mashed potatoes. And I think that would be, and string beans. That's it. Yeah.
Wow, that should be nice.
And my boyfriend is making sweet potato pies, which is his thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, his thing. So what part of the country he's from?
The country.
Hey, ain't nothing like a country boy. I'm a country boy.
He's born and raised in Calvert County, Maryland.
Yeah, okay.
So what's going on with those greens? Are they coming along?
The greens are done.
They're finished. Okay, so we have the greens. We have the
greens are here with the tofu. Tofu is a fermented soybean.
I actually like tofu.
Yeah, and so tofu has a lot of proteins properties, correct? You know that, right?
Yes.
So a lot of vegan people, that's why I said I was gonna put the gravy. See, it's all about having that passion and that love. I see, but if tofu could take the place of a chicken breast, a turkey breast, or something, a piece of meat, because it has that protein properties, and put that gravy on it. Oh my God. And you have your proteins and your veggies here. You're gonna have your protein and veggie. Here, look at the gravy is almost ready, guys. Didn't I tell y'all it's gonna be ready before we stop?
It
Okay.
looks great.
Oh my God! Only if you could taste it and smell it. You know.
So what was the seasonings you put in the gravy again?
The gravy I had.
You put a bay leaf.
The Trinity, a little
Right.
sage, bell
Right.
pepper, and Chef Moses seasoning. I cooked the greens about an hour.
Okay.
About an
Gotcha.
hour and something before you guys, I said, well, I was trying because I never did 3 dishes before, and I know there was 30 minutes to be up before you know it. So what I did was, that's why I tried to store stuff and try to stage it, and so everybody could, kind of follow.
Uh-oh, we lost you for a quick second, but you're back. But you're muted, Chef Moses. Can you unmute, please? Chef Moses? Can you unmute? Thank you. That looks fabulous.
It
Really, really looks delicious.
Yes.
So you said these recipes are on your website?
I thought we sent the recipes. They can get the recipes. I thought I sent them over to you, and I thought
I was looking for them and I can't find them. I was gonna post them in the chat.
You know what I did, Miss? If you could, I think I texted them to you. You told me to email them to you.
I did not tell you to email me.
Yes, ma'am. That's my fault.
It's a method to my madness.
That's right, because I want you to come to the website and say, Chef, I saw you on the Smithsonian Thankful Thursday, and I need the recipe. Please contact me and we give you the recipe.
Okay, you want me to give your email address in the chat?
Give them everything they want.
I gave them the website. I'm about to give them your email address. So is it just the 2 dishes or is there anything else you want to?
I got the dressing. You remember the cauliflower?
The dressing. I forgot about the dressing. Okay.
You see, I got my other plate waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm about to take it out right now for you guys. I know we got about 5 more minutes left, right? And I want to give that dressing a little bit more. I wanted to get a little bit. I like a little crunch in my dressing.
Okay. Now, Chef Moses, what are you most thankful for this year?
I'm most thankful for my brothers and my sisters, my family, my daughters. I'm thankful for God giving me this opportunity to connect with you once again, for my health and my strength. And I'm just, it's so much to be thankful for.
I tell you.
The grace and the favor that he gives me every day, the talent. I'm thankful for my talent. And I'm just thankful for so much. I'm a very sensitive guy, and I don't want to get too emotional because we got to keep this happy Thursday, not emotional Thursday, but we got so much to be thankful for. Just to get out there in that car that I just got, to drive and to go and visit, and to we feeding the homeless, and we doing these things, just trying to give back, and just trying to be a better brother, better father, better uncle, better cousin, better, those are the things that I really, every day I wake up and pray to be a better person. That's what I'm thankful for. That's what I'm really thankful for, having that mind and saying that, instilling in me every day I'm gonna be better. Yes, I can. That little engine, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Even, with the conditions and the different darts the devil fire at me each day.
Every day. Hey, I have a question for you. So you are in the DMV now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where can they go? Like, what restaurants can they go and taste some of your wonderful dishes?
ChefMosesJackson.com. The restaurant comes to them. We got a
okay. All right. Because I thought you were working at a couple of restaurants.
I have, but that's the Moses. I try to protect the Chef Moses brand, and a lot of times the restaurant conflict, we have a conflicting problem because they want to, and I want to rise. And
You want to do it your way and they want to do it their way.
I'm going to do it my way. That's the only way I know. I've been trained. I've blood, sweat, and tears since Annabelle. You know what I'm saying? That's this. Listen, man, my mother always told me, Annabelle, say, I don't care what you do, June, be the best. If you can be a garbage man, be the best. And I think within my right mind and every across this globe, I'm one of the best.
All right now. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
We could settle this debate in the kitchen. See you in the kitchen. Now let me get this.
Let's check on this dress, and we got 5 minutes left. I'm excited to see what this is because all I saw you do was cut up some cauliflower. You put it on top of something, and I don't know what it was. Oh, and then you put some breadcrumbs on it.
Yeah, I did put breadcrumbs on it. And
but what was already in the dish when you put the cauliflower in there? Was that also
the first Miss Cooper? If you remember, we always caramelize our Trinity.
So you always do the Trinity. Important. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's what's the Trinity. And what I did, I let it cool down because I was putting eggs in there to bind it. So it was a method to the madness. I couldn't do all of that. The eggs, you got to let it cool down before you put the eggs in there.
Gotcha. I just wanted to be clear.
Right. We good. I mean, those things are paramount, So what we want to do right here, look.
Let's get a good picture of the cauliflower.
I'm about to put it in a let me put it in a plate, and so you can get a good presentation of it, because that's what we got the plates for, All right. Now that's the cauliflower dressing.
That's what I'm talking about. That looks amazing.
Now look, listen, this is something to die for. But you want to come back to life and eat it again.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I gotta taste it because my mom.
Put a look. I wish we could do it like the talk shows. Here's some for our studio audience.
We can. Chef Moses Jackson.
All right, now let's see your facial expression. Are you smiling or are you frowning? He is smiling, guys. Well, listen, we have 3 wonderful dishes that are vegan dishes that you can certainly try at home. If you'd like the recipes, you can email him. I put the email in the chat. I also put his website on the chat. And I also have the recipes somewhere on my phone that I can also send to you guys. So please join us on the 2nd, which is our last Take Time Thursday. And we're going to make personal self-care boxes. So you have to bring a couple of things in order to do it. And you can make one for someone else too. So that is our very last Take Time Thursday. Chef Moses, again, it has been a pleasure. You have been one of my supreme repeat presenters on Take Time Thursday. I thank you for joining us and always having a great attitude and showing us some of your wonderful dishes from Nola. That's what I call it. So listen, you have a blessed holiday, and everyone on the line have a blessed holiday. Enjoy the rest of your day and your upcoming weekend. And thanks again. You guys have a good one. Unless there's no other questions, we will close out. Let me make sure there's I don't see any other questions.
Well, first of all, once again, I want to give thanks to my God and my Savior, and I want to give thanks to you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. God bless.
All right.
Okay.
Rest assured. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.